Well, here you are in your mid 40s. When you look back on the life that you lived, when you think about the drugs that you were pushing in your own community to people you knew, families you knew, you now know the destruction that crack caused in the community. Heroin is another one of these really horrible drugs. The violence, the people who got shot and killed, and the mothers going to the funerals, and people losing their fathers and mothers and so forth. Do you have a lot of regret over what you did before, or do you feel like, well, if I didn't do it, someone else would have done it?
Honestly, I don't regret nothing I've done in life because everything I've done in life has helped me become the man I am today. I do look back and like I have a nonprofit called Hug the Block that I'm reaching out to the at-risk youth, helping the people out. And I do ponder and think back on a lot of the stuff I did, like you say, selling drugs, poisoning the community, hurting the people. I don't look at it like if I wouldn't have did it, somebody else would have did it. I just look at it, I was young, wild, and I enjoyed it. I didn't, I had foreign cars, materialistic stuff. As a teenager, I'm driving Mercedes-Benz, So to answer your question, I don't regret nothing I've done in life. But like I say, it's my job now to reach out to the at-risk youth and let them know, hey, you want to sell these drugs, you want to shoot people and wild out, when you go to prison, because I've seen a lot of youngsters, Vlad, in their 20s, man, their mother's not there for them. And I be like, what's going on? What did you do? Because my mother's still there for me to this day, And I'm like, what's going on out there? So a lot of these young guys getting locked up and then they don't have no outside support. So that's why a lot of the homosexual activities come in, a lot of the suicide missions, like these youngsters don't have nothing, so guys might give them a little money, give them some drugs. Here, go stab him. Or hold these, now we call them hosters, human hosters. Like they can't think and be like, here go 10 shanks. You hold these, put these in your cell, So it's just my job to help them and let them know this is what's going on in the prison system. If you feel like you want to keep living this life, you want to do this, then this is what you're going to be up against, It could get real violent in the prison systems, man. I've seen guys lose their life.
Well, you said just because we were getting money, women were crazy about us. We were riding nice cars, wearing expensive jewelry, stacking money, busting our guns, or paying someone to do it for us. The drug life is the life we all love until the feds catch us.
True. That's a true statement, man. It's like I say, it's like when you're in your hood, you feel you're untouchable. You're a killer, you got killers around you. Like I said, I always had foreign. My first car was an Infiniti Q45. Then I got a Mercedes-Benz, I got the QX4 off the showroom floor. I was the second person to buy the Infiniti truck when it first came out. I was the first one in my city with it. So, you can imagine a youngster with, expensive rides, jewelry, different women, at a young age, plenty of money. So it's like I could do what I want. Then you got the police officers, a lot of them crooked in New Orleans. So I'm like, okay, listen, man, here go a few dollars. Look, go do this, go do that. So I had a very interesting life, and like I say, I would love to, ride on with the G4, G5, whatever little jets baby them have, but I can't, so I got to settle for, stand on the ground, driving in the car. But I always go back to this. When I think about Cash Money, my family, I go back to you free, So, and to the actual question about Juvie, Wayne, all them, when I first came home, Baby had said, Birdman had sent word, was like, Wayne and McMahon had wanted to talk and meet me and kick it with me. But I didn't want to talk with nobody because I was like, I have a clothing line, I have an app that I'm putting together, and one thing I learned about, Wayne's a mega superstar. So one thing I learned from being on the outside looking in, you only get one phone call. You only get one what's up, and then after that, they're going to get lost. So I was like, I wanted to save it, and then when I do finally talk to them, like, hey, can you put this on your Instagram? Can you shout this out for me? And I wanted to bring something to the table. Like, look, this is what I got going on. This is what I'm doing since I've been home. I didn't want to waste my phone call on man, remember we were young, remember right? No, I didn't want to do that. I need to make it count when I talk to these people because they got a lot of followers. The social media is the way of the world right now. So I haven't talked and met with nobody.
Well, I mean, over the years, I've interviewed some of the biggest drug dealers in America. From the Freeway Ricky Rosses to the to the KPs out of Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. And the one thing that's always consistent is, the numbers differ a little bit, but roughly what I hear every time is for every year that you ball out on the street and you're riding in the foreign cars and you got all the women and the jewelry and the houses, you spend about 5 years in prison for every year that you spend out balling. And when I look at your story, it's roughly that amount.
Yeah, man. You know what? And that's crazy because I had wrote an article called "You Don't Want to Play This Game" when I was in prison. It got published in some newspaper, but you're right, man, because with that little short time, when what's crazy, man? When we say some crazy, goofy stuff, this is my block. I own this block. Or like they got this thing going on now in certain cities, you got to check in with certain people when you put up in their city. How am I going to check in with you in your city when if the police pull up, you going to run too? If I go to jail, you can't get me out of jail. Well, I'm going to check in with you. You don't own that. Man, we got some crazy stuff going on as people, man, but and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed selling the drugs. I enjoyed, being behind the gun, driving in foreign whips. I enjoyed all that. But I paid for it. I did my time. I paid for it. I'm home now. And I'm happy. I'm happy right now, me. I still get to talk to Slim. Me and Slim talk on the regular, text. I know how to do that, So at the end of the day, man, this what God had planned for me. And for the ones who mad with me, you need to be mad with God. It was God plan. If you're a religious person, I'm free, baby.